This is one of the 102,000 electric vehicles currently registered in Hong Kong. Today, 11.5 out of 100 cars in the city are electric. But within 15 years, electric vehicles may outnumber petrol and diesel vehicles on Hong Kong streets. In the first 9 months of 2024, the percentage of EVs among new car registrations averaged 72%, one of the highest ratios in the world. That pace of adoption is comparable with some of the countries that have the most EVs per capita, like Norway and the Netherlands. It's even higher than the uptake in mainland China. But Hong Kong still lags behind in one critical area: charging.
You don't have charging stations everywhere. So the thing is that you have to, all the time, you have to monitor that you charge the car on time.
其實大部分停車場都有嘅，但係就你話數量多唔多就一般啦。就而家比起以前係多好多嘅。
It's okay now, but could be better if there's more. For Tesla, it's okay.
去到商場嗰啲停車場就因為都係少㗎啦，因為大型商場都係少啲嘅，因為要排隊，可能有時去到要爭位添。
The government must put charging stations in every parking, and the price of the charging should go down because it's too expensive outside. So people, it's just double the cost of what we are charging at home.
Hong Kong has an ambitious goal to become a net zero emissions economy by 2050. Phasing out these gas-guzzling cars, also known as internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles, is an important step towards achieving that goal. Running an electric vehicle costs less per kilometer than an ICE. But for now, high-speed charging facilities are mostly found in shopping centres. At the end of June 2024, there were 8,728 EV chargers for public use in the city. That included 5,234 medium-speed and 1,511 fast-charging ones. That's one charger on average per 11.7 cars. Compare that with neighboring Shenzhen. The city has slightly over 1 million new energy vehicles, or NEVs, which includes electric and hybrid vehicles. With 370,000 charging stations, there's one charger on average per 3.13 vehicles. So why is Hong Kong lagging so far behind?
The biggest barrier or challenges is to find space and locations to install these fast charging stations.
In his 2024 policy address, Hong Kong leader John Lee also vowed to install about 200,000 EV chargers by mid-2027. But can the chief executive deliver?
There are some suggestions to encourage the existing gasoline stations to provide fast chargers. I fully support this one. And actually the government should try to promote two ways to promote it. One is provide some incentive, another is enforce some regulations. Provide incentives that maybe the government allow some tax reductions or extending the contract period of this kind of gas stations, so that to encourage them to install at least one fast charger at each gas station.
Hong Kong generally charges a hefty first registration tax on new vehicles. But those who trade in an existing petrol or diesel vehicle can receive a discount of up to $58,500 on the initial fee.
Basically, they can buy a new car at a cheaper price if they decide that they want to switch to an EV rather than getting another petrol car.
Hong Kong also lags behind with the introduction of electric vehicles for public transport. As of April 2024, there were only 90 electric buses operating on franchise routes out of a total of 5,900 buses.
Compared with Shenzhen or other areas in mainland, Hong Kong's the public transportation electrification is slower. We should accelerate it because the major emissions is one of the major emissions in Hong Kong. So the government should have more support and should have more policy to encourage the electrification of public transportation, especially the bus.
While Hong Kong is relatively late to the game in embracing EV cars, the high uptake is likely to mean its streets will look very different in only a few years. In fact, the government hopes to ban the vast majority of new ICE vehicle registrations by 2030, and that includes hybrids. For Chinese brands planning international expansion, Hong Kong is also sometimes seen as a starting point for entering international markets. Chinese brands such as XPeng and GAC Aion have opened new showrooms in recent months, hoping to gain a strong foothold in the city. US manufacturer Tesla remains by far the top EV brand in the city, with over 46% of market share.